Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here with a lovely little cornet from years gone by. And I will tell you, I think this is the best cornet I've ever played. I've had several Bach Stradivarius cornets, I think usually with the 37 bell, Shepherd's Crook perhaps once or twice. Yamaha Pro cornets, the 6335, again I think with the Shepherd's Crook cornet. Had a very nice Busher cornet years ago, but I believe this is the king of cornets. It is an Olds recording. I think it's from 1958, I'll say for sure on the video. Of course, they're famed for a couple of things. One is the offset valve, offset second valve. Why have it offset? Because that finger is the longest, and it's a great fit, very, very natural fit. Of course, the recording trumpet is quite popular because it's also a balanced model. But you have here also a trigger. That's just the way they made these. Ooh. Yeah, got a little bit of compression. Actually, these valves look fantastic shape. Just absolutely, really, really good shape. And the Olds logo on these was so pretty. Olds Recording, and I'm sorry, I don't have the best lighting in here. You've also got, I guess they would call it, technically it's probably a bronze. It's certainly a dark, they called it Reyoloy. And on this one, you had all different types, but you've got the Reyoloy lead pipe as well, which goes well down towards the connection into the third valve. First slide, excuse me, it goes into the first slide on this. Okay, nice judicious mix of nickel silver here, and of course on the slides as well, and then yellow brass for the bottom part of the valves. Very good looking cornet. I think it's a 470 bore. This one has a few dings on it. It's got a ding right past the water key here. Scared me to death when I was getting ready to buy it, and then when I got it I looked at it and thought, oh, it's definitely a ding, but it's not quite so severe as I thought. A few wrinkles here, just had a little problem with the lead pipe somehow. I don't know how they got that dinged up. A little piece right on the edge of the bell, and I think I saw something around here, but long and short of it, I don't think this cornet has ever had any repair work done to it. So while there are some dings, definitely some imperfections, you've got almost all of the old lacquer, and it's a beautiful, rich, deep, natural brown color. And just an excellent playing cornet. I've got sentimental attachment to an Olds special that my son and I worked on years ago. He's told me I can never sell that. But honestly, this is a superb cornet. Okay, enough talk. I'm going to start playing with a Curry BBC. I think that's British band cornet mouthpiece. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's the BBC from Curry. Very deep piece. And nice drill to that. I think it's, well, I'm not even going to guess, but it's a larger drill than you'd usually get, certainly larger than the standard 27 that a lot of us play with. I'm going to fiddle around with my favorite things. I like the interval jumps on that. I think it's just a really nice one to play. Gorgeous, isn't it? Great, great cornet. Nice mouthpiece, too. Okay, I had this one for a long time. I really liked it. It is the vintage cornet, and definitely a little shorter than the average cornet. Incidentally, this is a 58 recording, so it uses the newer mouthpieces. I'm not sure when they switched. Maybe, I'm not even going to guess, but Olds, a lot of their older cornets take actually a flugel mouthpiece will fit some of them. The Marcinkiewicz flugel pieces work real well, but it's not the same thing as, having a standard cornet. But Curry's vintage cornet, as you can see, is considerably shorter. Got to be probably at least 1/4 of an inch. Nice piece. Gives a little breathy tone. We won't play too long on it, but we'll work on the same number. All right, that is the recording cornet with the vintage cornet mouthpiece. Very much a straight V on that. Little bit, I think, nice backboard, great blend anyway. Okay, this is a new piece that I got, acrylic top, and it's a Trent Austin. It's an abbreviated C. It's slightly shallower than a C. I can't begin to read this, I don't think. Oh, it's a 3CS? Excuse me, I can read that. 3CS, so it's a 3C, just a little shallower. Love the piece. Really like the acrylic. It does limit your lips moving around, but nice piece. You're going to get more of a standard sound with this as opposed to the vintage cornet and the BBC. So a much more of a natural C sounding, although it's a bit shallower. And so now we're getting a little more towards the sparkling tone that some of you might like as opposed to the very dark. Neat mouthpiece here. I've always kind of thought these were nice. For years, I played duets with Dad when I was younger and he was still alive. He played a trombone and did a nice job, and I was playing trumpet. And really trying to get a good big sound. So I went out, didn't know anything about mouthpieces. I said, what's the biggest mouthpiece you've got? Well, the biggest one they had was a Bach 1. Not a 1C, not a 1B, just a Bach 1. And I played that for several years, didn't realize just how big it was. Well, now I'm playing the equivalent of a 7 diameter with my Reeves pieces. But anyway, this is a straight 7, kind of a unique mouthpiece. I think it's a 26 drill, fairly tight throat, more of a V cup. Gives a unique sound, but I do like the straight 7 cornet mouthpiece here. Tease you with a B and a high C there, but nice mouthpiece, the straight box 7. Generally, what we do with cornets is we're looking for a big, somber tone, you know, a very filling, robust sound. But I've got here a TA lead. Boy, has that thing been worked on. I had it cut down so I could use my Reeves 41 rim. I like the Reeves 42 mouthpieces, but I use a 42 rim or 41 rim on them. This one is just the cup with the 41 Reeves, and I've got a Warburton 3 little backbore for it, so fairly tight backbore, definitely more of a shallow mouthpiece, and got a fairly tight drill on it too. And this, if you did want to play lead or get a really more sparkling sound, carrying sound, and wanted to relax and take it easy on your lip for some high playing, this might be the tone that you'd be looking for. All right, for those of you that wanted to play the Olds recording as a lead instrument, it might be possible, but probably not advisable. All right, great instrument here. Once again, love the offset valves, the Reyoloy bell, and lead pipe as well. Great, great cornet. I honestly do think it is the finest cornet that I've ever played, and it is an Olds recording. Thanks for tuning in. A lot of Olds lovers out there, a lot of people that are looking to get Olds. If you've got info on them, really appreciate that in the comments. Thanks so much. If you can afford a thumbs up, we always like those likes. If you'd like to subscribe, we've had an influx of trumpets. In fact, I counted them up here a while back. I had more than 15, and the closet is a little too crowded. So some of them are working their way elsewhere. It has to happen, and it really hurts. I love buying horns. It's hard to sell them. But some things are going to have to go, and you've got lovely pieces like this that just might be on something like reverb. All right, as always, thanks for tuning in. It's a pleasure. Take care. Have a great day.